Let's talk about the passato prossimo with essere. We use the auxiliary essere to form the passato prossimo with all those verbs that can't take avere. As you remember, we use avere with those verbs that can ask the question what and who. So, for example, when you say I ate, you can ask what? A slice of pizza. But if you use a verb in English like I went, can you ask a question what or who? No, you can ask where, you can ask with who, but you can't ask what and who. So the verb essere is used with all those verbs that can take the verb avere. And those verbs are called intransitive. So let's take the example that I just gave you. I went. Now, I want to make the passato prossimo in Italian, the equivalent of I went. So I know that went is coming from the infinitive form of the verb to go, and the equivalent in Italian of to go is andare. That means that in order to say I went in Italian, I must make the passato prossimo of andare. Now, you know that the passato prossimo of andare can be formed only with essere, since andare can formulate a question with who or with what. So the first word of the passato prossimo of andare must be one of the form of the present tense of essere. So can be sono, sei, è, siamo, siete, and sono. But as I said before, I wanna give the equivalent of I went. So in this case, I will have io. Then, which one is the correct form of essere for io? It's sono. And now, at this point, to complete the sentence I went, what I must do? I must create the past participle of andare. As you know, I draw pare and I add ato, since andare is regular. So io sono andato is the equivalent of I went. Now, let's take another verb and another subject, no? Like Giovanni went. I want to use in this case to come. So Giovanni came to my party. Okay, so Giovanni came. Which one is the equivalent of the verb for come, since came is the past of the verb to come? It would be venire. Now, can you ask a question, the question who or what after a sentence like Giovanni came? No. You can ask where, you can ask again with who, but you can ask who and what. That means that you must use the auxiliary essere. So in this case, I am Giovanni. Giovanni is equal he. So which one is the correct form for he? Is è. So Giovanni è. And then what is the equivalent of to come in Italian? Sorry. What is the equivalent of to come in Italian? Is venire. Let me write it down here. Venire. So I must take venire, and again venire is a regular verb, so I simply drop ire and I add uto. Giovanni è venuto alla mia festa. So you must work in this way with all those verbs that take the auxiliary essere. Now, with essere, you must pay attention also to something else. If with avere we add, for example, mangiato, dormito, cantato, parlato, letto, fatto, you never change the end of the past participle. You always have o. Mangiato, parlato, fatto, detto, scritto, letto, etc., etc. You will always have o at the end of the past participle. When you use avere, we are in front of something different. We must make the agreement between the subject and the past participle. So, just give you an example. Instead of I pretending that I am a guy, so I am a man, so I'm a masculine in gender, I want to put, no, Maria. Maria went. Okay, so let's replace io with Maria. So let's replace sono with, since Maria is she, we must use the correct form for Maria, for she, that it will be e. And now, since Maria is a female, we must make the agreement of the past participle with her. So it's not andato anymore, but becomes andata. So io sono andato, I'm masculine. Maria, she's feminine, è andata. So singular and masculine, you will have andato. Singular and feminine, you will have andata. Now, let's try to see what happened with the plural. So instead of Giovanni, I want to add Giovanni and Mario. So we have two boys. Giovanni and Mario came to my party. So Giovanni e Mario, in this case, we are in front of they. So we might change what? First, the form of the verb essere, since Giovanni is he, but Giovanni and Mario are they. So we must take, in this case, what it works with they. So instead of it will be so no. Okay? Giovanni and Mario sono. Then Giovanni and Mario are plural because they're they, and since they are two boys, they're masculine. So we need to make the agreement between the past participle and Giovanni and Mario. So what it will be instead of o, we will have e. The plural and masculine requires e. So Giovanni and Mario sono venuti alla mia festa. Now, instead of Giovanni and Mario, this time I want two girls. I want Giovanna and Maria came to my party. So Giovanna and Maria, in this case, sono works perfectly since they are plural, they are they. But we must change something since Giovanna and Maria are, yes, plural, but they're feminine. So instead of I, that works for plural and masculine, we must use e. So Giovanna and Maria sono venute alla mia festa. You must do this every time you use the verb to be essere as an auxiliary. Remember this. You have to check the number and the gender of the person, of the animal or the thing, the number and the gender of an object, of the object, okay? Of the subject, I'm sorry. So in this case we had Maria, but it could be even, like my dog. Il mio cane. Since in Italian il mio cane is masculine, you must use o at the end of a past participle. But let's say instead of mio cane, you have la mia gatta. Since gatta is feminine in the past and singular in the past participle, you will add a as the last vowel, and so on. Then we use also the auxiliary essere with the reflexive verb. Okay? You remember reflexive verb. For example, lavarsi, guardarsi, etc., etc. So you know how to say in the present tense io mi lavo, and if I tell you that you must use the past, the auxiliary to be essere to form the past, it's easy. You just go with io and then me again. Then I told you to use essere, so what is the correct form of essere that works with io is sono, sono, and then you make what? The past participle of the verb lavare. So I drop are, it will be lavare, so you must drop are and add the correct form for are, so it's a. So io mi sono lavato. So it's easy. You work in this way. Now, again, since you're using essere, you must remember that you must make the agreement between the subject and the past participle. So again, if instead of I have Maria, Maria, you know, let's use the present tense first. Maria si lava. Now, let's make this past. Maria, again, si, and then I have to take the right form of the verb essere that works with Maria equals she, so you know that it is e, and then I must use the past participle of lavare, that it will be, as you know, lavato. But wait, since Maria is a girl, lavato doesn't work. You must replace that O with a. Okay? So instead of Maria, I have again Giovanni e Mario si lavano, present tense first. Now let's make this past. Giovanni e Mario si, then I must take the correct form of the verb essere that works with they, since Giovanni and Mario are plural, and is sono, and since Giovanni and Mario are not just plural but are also masculine, the past participle must have at the end lavati, the plural, not the vowel, I, that means that the subject, in this case Giovanni and Mario, are masculine and plural. So, Giovanna e Maria si lavano in the past, in the passato prossimo, becomes Giovanna e Maria si sono lavate. And you work like this with all the reflexive verbs.